goddamn disclaimer. Hey.
This is way better. The moral of the day is balance for sure. Let's not even like get too deep with it. Let's just get to like the bare minimum balance, like with my channel. Like, let's just look at my channel, right? Weekly, I come on here and I give advice to people, and we have fun and we joke and we, it's serious topics, but it's giving Jerry Springer, it's giving Maury, it's giving daytime TV, because what I have in common with those people. I'm not a therapist. I don't have, you get what I'm saying? And I feel like the balance to that is to show the other side of me, which is the cool, calm, collected side, which is really what I am the majority of the time. Ever since the pandemic, it kind of forced me to realize the balance with life, because I feel like I went through a very public phase in my life where I expressed my wild days, and where I partied and did drugs and actual, things that were not good for me or my body or my mind or my sanity, right? And then it went from doing excessive stuff, partying, excessive friends that aren't really friends, associates, be it big C, very big C. I was on my Meg the Stallion shit, just was collecting friends like Pokemon cards. I really wasn't, it wasn't really genuine. People and trust and my sobriety and stuff like that. Then I went to a space of, okay, well, now I'm just gonna cut all these people off. I'm gonna cut everything off. If you go on my channel, you could even find videos of me like I'm never even gonna smoke weed again. I don't care if it's medical or anything, like stuff like that. It just turned into a very isolating place. I replaced people and drugs with food, and I just thought that you either had to be one extreme or the other for like a very, very long time. Before the pandemic started, I did try to, dibble and dabble, but I really was not ready yet. Like, I really was not ready yet, because I still had that extreme one or the other behavior. I would talk to some people here and there, but it wasn't really hitting, because it was still like I had changed, but I only knew how to get friends one way. So it was like I was still attracting people that only wanted to be around me for stuff that I had, or they wanted to be things that I already was, or people that were insecure in themselves, so they would like project stuff onto me. I had people tell me that I was, at one point in my journey, somebody told me that I was like doing too good, and I'm like, we only got one fucking life. So then those were my type of experiences, and literally like I had a weird interaction with an associate like before the pandemic started, and I was like, damn, maybe I do need to go back into my isolation, but I just know that's not right. Like, I know that there is something else, right? So boom, yeah, during the pandemic, like I'm sure most of you guys, like I was forced to be isolated, and in turn had gained some anxiety. Like, I never had anxiety my whole life, and then COVID hit and now I get anxiety. um, so I was like, you know what, I'm in the house, I'm by myself, I might as well work on myself, right? I was working on myself, and then when I thought that I was the epitome of whatever, I had lost the weight, I went vegan, and that's another extreme. You get what I'm saying? This is about balance. That was another extreme that I did, was I went vegan, and yeah, my health definitely declined. I was just more tired. I got anxiety. The more the pandemic drew on, I just kept getting like more anxious. I have another video on my vlog channel last Christmas where I kind of hint about like how my anxiety has kind of like been dictating the last year of my quarantine or whatever. And yeah, it's just like, I understand. I just wanted y'all to know that like life is, it's so important with balance. Like, because I didn't even start feeling normal again, and like I was actually making progress until I actually took steps to better myself. Because I feel like we get on social media and we see people being like, oh, no new friends, you need to isolate yourself. It can get pretty dark if you have like mental health shit. You shouldn't really be isolating yourself, child. So Yeah, it's really important. Balance is very, very, very important. Especially like I learned balance with food is important. I used to beat myself up for eating fucking chicken, bro. Like, but my cultures that I come from eat chicken. We like little things like that. So like now, I eat plant-based majorly, but I will eat my cultural foods. I will eat chicken. I will do. You get what I'm saying? Um, that was something I had to overcome. And once I started doing that, I stopped feeling really sick and the anxiety did lessen, right? So that was one thing. I thought I was cured. No, ma'am. My family came into town and my body was reminding me of certain traumas that I was not over, certain things in my family, and my anxiety came back. And I'm just like so confused on like what it really was for the longest because I've never been an anxious person. Like, look at my job. Look what we're doing. I'm outside. Like, no fucks. So yeah, I was just really confused. And then I went to therapy, and my therapist was the one that told me straight up, like, isolation can be dangerous when you have certain mental illnesses. Like, if you're not doing anything in that isolation, then what's the point? Because at that point, I really wasn't doing anything. I was making YouTube videos, watching YouTube, eating good food, and drinking good liquor, and staying my ass in the house because I felt like everybody in the world was out to get me at that time, right? When I was in my isolation. Then in the quarantine, I was staying in the house thinking that everybody was out to get me, but not really because they couldn't help it because they had a fucking virus. You get what I'm saying? Then finally, it was time for me to go back out into the world and like be me, and I was just struck in with fear, and it was just crazy. And I know some of y'all can relate. And I just reflected that it was because I did not have any balance. I was just an extremist when it came to these things that I thought would make me happy instead of actually doing the work and going through it. So, long story short, I'm at a better place now, but I'm not fucking perfect. And I think that's really important to admit that, like, I'm not fully over it. Like, just yesterday I did have an anxiety spout that I did breathe my way through. That's another thing, is realizing like techniques that actually work for you. I've been low-key doing some exposure therapy. I've been putting myself in uncomfortable situations that I know that I used to enjoy before this pandemic to make me feel better. Like, I used to love going to the beach, took my ass to the fucking beach, and took my dog to the beach. Those were things that I used to think about when I was like in my depression, isolation, not my quarantine. Was I wanted to go out with my dog and go to the beach because I used to love going to the beach with friends. Like, things that I used to do with friends, I was like, let me go do them by myself. Like, I like doing those things. And then when I meet good people along the way, we'll have that common interest. So I started going back to certain pools and laying out. Like, I like doing stuff like this. I love being outside, it's my element. I also started checking my vitamin intake to make sure all of your nutritional requirements are being met so that you can be healthy, have healthy brain function. Like, when I tell you, there was a point in time, and that was another thing. It's like, once I finally got COVID with combination of the anxiety was just, I was like, yeah, I'm done. I need to go back to normal. Like, I'm just tired of living this type of life. And I knew I didn't want to be on no medication or nothing, so I knew I had to rewire my subconscious, because the same way how I wired my subconscious to get anxious, oh, I'm at a restaurant, oh, I'm at a, like, I could click that shit back the fuck off to how it used to be back in the day when I used to love being the main character. Like, yeah, I'm at this restaurant and everybody is looking at me because I'm cute. You get what I'm saying? So it's been a process. I could talk more in depth on it, but it's about to rain and these wasps are freaking out. Let me know in the comments what are some good plants for wasp prevention. But yeah, basically what I do is I meditate now. If like I have to, I take a multivitamin, I take a super B vitamin. I make sure I get all my D3 supplements, because like how I'm out here right now, I was not outside, and that's a big thing that can fuck you up. You need to get D3. It also, if you have cancer in your family, it could really help if you double up on it. So I take like way more than I should. What else? Magnesium and fish oil combined help with to relieve anxiety. I know a lot of people do the whole ashwagandha and stuff. I don't really fuck with that type of stuff. They say it's not habit forming, but the way that y'all be talking about it, I don't know. Okay, there's a wasp. I gotta go, bitch. I gotta go. GG. I gotta go. Mm-mm. Yeah, I didn't have the balls to kill them in their own habitat. It just didn't feel right. But yeah, so I take my vitamins, I do my meditation. And what is another thing I do? Oh, I found one activity that my inner child likes to do and one activity that my inner teen likes to do. My inner teen likes to hula hoop. I found my LED hula hoop and I've been doing that. It's also good physical activity. We should be staying active, you know? Then my inner child loves like to what do I do for my like clay. Look, hold on. My inner child loves to play with clay. So I made these little, like, they never make any sense. I just play with them and like make little shapes and stuff. Like, sorry, I forgot I was using this mic. I like to do hobbies that I used to love as a kid and that I still like. Even though, you know, I do have an art business and stuff, it's important that I make art just for me. So yeah, those are little things that do help. I'm still working on the people stuff. Okay, still working on the people stuff because that's what another thing. The pandemic definitely turned me into an introvert, so I'm really trying to get better at letting people know that I want to be around them, you know. So yeah, like I said, I'm not perfect. I'm still working on me, and y'all will see more with this. Leave me a comment, like this video if you like this little segment, and I will see you guys later. Bye. I don't know where the thing is on this. Bye. No, because why did I dead ass put on the bodysuit and just take my ass to the Five Below and get one real quick? Like, I feel like a millennial on TikTok.